Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I'm bringing you a really epic 1v1 in Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD. From the units that you see here, it looks like I am playing as a Russian faction, but if we scroll a little bit to the right, I think you'll get a better hint of who I'm actually fighting as. I am fighting as the Mongols today. I guess in this scenario, the Mongols not having a lot of melee infantry, they can draw a lot from conquered territories and satrapies, so you will see a lot of Ruskis in my army. So going over the army comps real quick before we start the battle, I've got 3 units of these Ruthian spearmen, so they're a pretty standard spear, and then I've got 2 units of the Galician Volhynian infantry. That's definitely not how you pronounce it, but these guys are a little lower tier. And then I've got 2 units of dismounted Drazina, so these are my most elite infantry. Check out this guy. He looks ready for battle, that's for sure. And then I have 4 units of these siege swordsmen, and they actually look pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty cool. So I've got 4 units of them. And then I have, being the Mongols, of course, I have 8 units of these heavy horse archers. They are a heavy bow cav unit. And I've got my general's bodyguard here. And we could say that he's like Saladin or somebody. But Saladin wasn't really a Mongol player, so you can see the desert flatlands. So behind this mountaintop here, we've got the enemy army. So he is playing as the Kievian Rus, funnily enough, so I guess they are tired of the oppression of the Mongols, and they're going to raise their own army to fight. But little do they know that they're going to be fighting against their own boys. But speaking of boys, we've got some northern boyars here, 3 units. Sorry, guys. My cat is being a little bit annoying. Alright, so yeah, he's got 3 northern boyars over on this flank, and he's got 2 more on this side, with his general bodyguard, who's the Knyaz Guard. And he would probably be this glorious gentleman right here. So he's looking pretty good. And then he's got 4 units of the dismounted boyar sons, so they're a very versatile infantry/archer unit. So he's got that. And then we've got some Rus Guard axemen. And he's got some Rus spearmen, 3 units of them. And he's got some Rus spear militia and some dismounted Drazina as well. So without further ado, let's get this battle underway. And let's hit play. Here we go.
Arms, I address you with a burgeoning pride in my heart. We go into battle to strike first at the heart of the enemy. Follow me, friends, and we shall be victorious.
Huzzah.
The enemy approaches.
Yeah, so you can see the enemy is approaching from over top of the hill there. Which is pretty epic looking. Ooh, that is a rally horn and a half, man. See all of our troops forming up. On the other side of the mountain, you can see just the Russian horde spilling forwards. That's a little... There we go. You gotta get a little bit closer, otherwise it looks like I'm playing Mario. Just look at the men coming off this hilltop here. Very nice. So we do have to start the battle right away for the replays to work, and I thank my enemy for complying with that, because a lot of people don't. They just like to troll. So I'm giving him time to be able to set up his force, because his deployment was like right on a mountaintop here. So I'm going to try and, keep my archers not going after him as of yet. But then he's ready. He's ready to go. He's pushing forwards his beautiful-looking northern boyars. You can see them. They're all headed up the mountainside here because they see all of my archer cav over on that flank there. So they're going to try and keep them off. Oh, that looks awesome. Very nice. Meanwhile, the rest of his forces are setting up over in this little canyon here. So you can see he's got his archers in front, spearmen, and then he's got a line of swords in the back with spears on either flank. Very smart, because I do outnumber him cav-wise. I've got 4 units of one on one flank and 4 units of another on another. And this is where I'm just going to try and start skirmishing those northern boyars down. Especially as they're riding away, because their shields are pointed out front. So we do get a decent amount of damage there. Killed like 7 or 8 of them. So they're going to pull back. Meanwhile, on this side, I kind of want to get my archers around the flank to kind of harass the back and also to remove his cav. Because if I can remove his cav from the game, then this will be an easy battle. So for the allied man count versus enemy, he only has 40 more men than me, so it's not like I'm super outnumbered either. Because he did bring a decent amount of cav as well. He brought 6 units, so... You can see he's very smartly setting his archers over here to try to zone out my skirmishers. Because I do believe that his range is better than mine is. So... But yeah, I'm just creeping forwards with my forces. You can see them all setting up here. Looking good. I just love these desert maps. The enemy that I was playing, he wasn't too fond of it just because of his terrible deployment zone and that kind of stuff. But to be honest, the deployment zone really doesn't matter in 12-12 because, you know, if you have good, honest players, they're going to give you time to set up your troops. Like, I'm not just going to rush you and lock you onto that mountain. But so he is actually getting some shots off on my cavalry. So I kind of want to try and zone them out a bit because they're really heavily armored, so I'm not really going to do too much damage against them. Like, look at that volley. That really didn't do anything. Yeah, like a couple kills, max. And he's got his spears over here on this flank, very smartly trying to keep me from getting in behind of his archers. At one point, I kind of wanted to pull this unit over so I could separate the archers from the pack and just get them, but he was smart enough to keep his spears very close by as well. Ooh, that is a deadly volley. Yeah, he got a decent amount of kills against me there. So I'm pulling back again. He's sending a Northern Warrior unit down to try to lock my archers into combat. And as they turn away, I just want to fire at them. Ooh, yep. Weakening their armor for sure. Ooh. Yeah, they're look at the blood on the ground. They're taking some good hits. So they're going to get out of there, and that was very wise of him to do so. At this point, I feel like I can micro enough to have a bit of an advantage, so I confidently push my spears and swords forwards. You can see he is unleashing with his Drazina. They are firing into my spear wall. Huzzah! On this side, you can see the boyars again just trying to chase me off. And yes, he catches one of my archer units, which was very annoying. I didn't even notice this, I don't think, for the longest time, that he had locked me into combat here. But you can see that he's capitalizing on that. He wants to send another boyar unit to kind of lock down this whole flank. Because my heavy bowcav, you know, obviously they're great at archery, but not so great in melee. Luckily, I got enough volleys off that this Northern Boyar unit is breaking. Or at least they are wavering. And now I'm going to target this one over here. And at this point, I'm going to push forwards my swords. I'm hoping he's trying to waste his ammo on my spears, but they're in shield walls, so they're really not going to get much done there. And on this side, you can see another unit of Northern Boyars, but they're going to break any second here. The sheer number of men that I have is just too much, I think. I'm watching this Northern Boyar unit here.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Oh, we got a frozen guy here. But I don't want to miss too much here, so let's head back to the main battle. On this flank, you can see he is actually going right for my general, which was pretty smart. He's trying to get him out of the battle ahead of time. My general is a heavy melee cav, as well as, or the Northern Boyars are heavy shock. So we did get a good charge off, but in prolonged melee, my general is going to win out on this. But I will send this unit of heavy horse archers to help out. And you can see on this flank, we pretty much neutralized most of his cav at this point. So what are we down? I've lost about 200, and he's lost about 250, so not that much different. But yeah, I charged my bow cav into the rear of this Northern Boyar unit. Let's kind of zoom in and get some of the action. So I'm going to pull this bow cav out again and then go back in for a charge. See, as they go away too, they just do a volley right into the backs of the Boyars. That was nice. And here we go. Yep, I didn't want to miss this. I did a stupid mistake, and I had all my swordsmen facing backwards for rear charges from cav. Well done to my enemy for noticing that, because he just shreked all of my swords. But here we are charging into his spear wall here. Getting the battle underway. Yeah, so he's taken all of my swordsmen down by like half health. So well done to him. You can see the line where my swordsmen were just cut down from arrow fire. So yeah, I'm going to push forwards my spears any minute to kind of bolster the ranks. You can see their general is quite weak from taking fire from my archers. And I'm trying to lock this spear unit down with my spear and then come around to flank around. But well done by my enemy. He sees that heavy shock cav straight through this unit of siege swordsmen. And they just rout like almost immediately. It was a good play. I was like, oh, that's not good for me. Oh.
Men are broken and are fleeing.
But again, just peppering them with archer fire as they try to escape. So you can see my swordsmen are already starting to break, which is not good for me. But on the other hand, my general and this other bow unit are going to be free any second because the Northern Boyars on that side are breaking. And their general here, he is trying to escape, but I'm like, no way are you trying to get out of here, buddy.
Our men return to the fight.
So he's got 23 out of 50 left in his force. And my heavy horse archers are back. And they're going to try to flank around and get some nice shots on the rear of this fight. So let's zoom in and take a look at this fight here. I'm sure you guys want some nice close-ups of the battle, especially this gorgeous mod. So the unit modeling is just so nice in this game. There we go. The enemy general has been defeated. So at this point, it's slowly pulling into my favor. They managed to break this flank and are actually flanking around my dismounted Drazina on this side. But I have my 2 units of my general and my horse archer. They are just firing into the flanks of this dismounted Drazina unit. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I just need to get rid of these archers once and for all. So I just charged my horse archers into them. Just to get them to stop shooting for a couple of minutes. And I do manage to get a nice charge into the backs of these Rus Guard axemen along with the spears. And you can see that the spears are starting to waver from that. And I've got another charge coming in from the side as well. Nice. Good charge. Even for a bow cav unit, their charge was solid. You could see that we're just breaking through their lines over here. They are starting to crumble at this point. The death of their general has reached the ears of the men. They realize that they cannot defeat the Golden Horde. And they will only be punished further by sending more and more of their sons to fight in battle for the Golden Horde. So yeah, a lot of breaking going on. He is actually breaking my horse archers, but at this point I was like, you know what? I just needed to silence them. Their rate of fire was just deadly for my cav. Like you can see over here, all of this, like they just cut down all my cav as we charged in. But we have one on the left flank here. We're just cleaning up the right flank. This unit of dismounted Drazina. There we go. So it was a very close victory, but I have to hand it to this player, Captain Insano. Very, very good. A lot of people have a really hard time dealing with 8 horse archer units. Like, I know that is an archer spam, but then again, I am playing as the Golden Horde. But I almost wanted to put up this video for Captain Insano because he handled it really, really well. But yeah, let's take a look. So 157 by my general. Most of the kills came from the horse archers from harassing. And really I just had this unit to hold the line until my archers could finally get around. But for my enemy, his archer's doing insanely well. Very good. Everybody else kind of suffering. You know, his horses, they couldn't really do much, to be honest. He had these in mind to get some good rear shock charges on my men, but they were just peppered down. So thanks very much to those of you who watched. I appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content in the future of Medieval Kings 1212 AD, and I will see you in the next one.